Hello friends, welcome back to our channel. There was an ordinary man who did not differ from the other men in any way. He got out of bed every morning, shaved, took a shower, wore his usual clothes and left for work. He repeated this routine day after day. However, everything changed when he found a mysterious ring that made him into an extraordinary man. Once, when he went to work, people started to notice him because he walked differently. His hands were clenched into fists and his eyes were squinted. It seemed like he was getting ready to fight someone. People didn't understand why this office worker, who always walked calmly, was suddenly acting aggressively. The man didn't realize how he had changed until his boss called him into his office. The boss asked him why he had been walking around the office in such a strange manner. The man shrugged it off at first, trying to pretend that nothing had happened. But then he remembered that he had put on the ring that morning and decided to take it off and give it to his boss. "I think this ring is making me act strangely," he said. The boss looked at the ring, which was actually a simple gold band. However, there was something about it that drew his attention. The boss took the ring without saying a word, put it on his finger, and immediately felt its magic. The man was shocked. "You shouldn't have given me that ring. Now I won't be able to remove it," the boss said, clenching his hand into a fist. The man couldn't believe what was happening. It was clear to him that the ring had some kind of power over people, but he didn't know what kind of power it was. And that's when the most important thing in life happened. When the boss took the ring off the man's hand, he had no idea what would happen next. They both stood in silence for a few moments, and during that time, the atmosphere in the office became charged with energy. Suddenly, the boss felt an incredible surge of strength coursing through his body. It was as if a fire had been lit within him, fueling his muscles and bones with an invigorating energy. The feeling was so intense that it brought tears to his eyes. With newfound vigor, he grabbed the ring and firmly placed it on his thumb. At that moment, a smile spread across his face, revealing the gleaming metal beneath. However, the transformation didn't stop there. As soon as the ring touched his skin, it began to glow brightly, emanating a warm golden light that filled the room. The glow enveloped the boss's entire body, causing him to feel as though he was being bathed in liquid gold. This radiant aura emanated from him, illuminating every corner of the office. The change was so dramatic that the man couldn't believe his eyes. He watched in amazement as his boss, who had always been a meek and unassuming person, now exuded confidence and power. The boss's demeanor had shifted completely. He was no longer the timid man from before. Instead, he stood tall and proud, his chest out and his head held high. His eyes, which had once been dull and lifeless, now shone with a brilliant light. It was as if a dormant power within him had awakened and was now on full display. The boss was unrecognizable, and the man couldn't help but feel a sense of awe and wonder at the transformation he had witnessed. From that moment on, the boss was known throughout the city as an extraordinary man. The ring gave him extraordinary powers, and everyone wanted to get it and become powerful like him. People tried to find the mysterious ring, but no one could. After all, it appeared only once, and no one knew where it came from or where it went. Some believed that the ring was cursed, while others claimed it was a divine artifact. There were many theories, but the truth was known only to the boss and the man. Meanwhile, the boss became more and more powerful with each passing day. Everyone wanted to be like him, but they didn't know what to do to become extraordinary. They didn't understand the true meaning of the words that the boss often spoke. Don't complain, act. So they just kept complaining about their problems. But the boss never listened to them. He always walked past them with his head held high, confident in his own strength and ignoring their complaints. He knew that their weakness stemmed from their belief that they were ordinary people. One day, the boss decided to share his secret with the man. He called him into his office and said, "You gave me this ring. And I want to tell you something. I don't need it anymore. You can take it back." The man couldn't believe what he was hearing. "What? Are you serious? Why?" The boss smiled mysteriously and replied, "You're the only one who still walks like a worm. All the others act like they're already strong, but you haven't changed at all. Do you want to know why?" The man shook his head, confused and somewhat offended by his boss's words. Intrigued and wanting to understand the reason behind his boss's statement, he nodded slowly. The boss leaned closer, lowering his voice to a conspiratorial level, and said, "Because you're the one who should truly be the extraordinary man. You are the one who needs this ring." The man couldn't comprehend what his boss was telling him. He had been an ordinary man all his life and couldn't understand how he could become extraordinary. The boss continued, "Look, I've walked around this city many times and seen countless people. 99% of them don't even know their own strengths. They go to work, earn money, return home and sleep, living their lives like puppets. Even if they do something extraordinary, they quickly forget about it and go back to being ordinary. You are different. Since you found this ring, you have the opportunity to break free from the shackles of your ordinary life. Don't waste it. Here, take the ring." The boss handed the ring to the man, but he hesitated, not wanting to accept it. "No, you don't understand. You need this more than I do," the man said. The boss insisted, "Take it. I insist. You will see how everything around you will change. You'll gain strength, and it won't be like anything you've ever experienced before. I want you to become the extraordinary man. The world is harsh and cruel, and only the strong have the right to be happy here. Weakness is a sin. Only those who constantly strive to become stronger and are ready to act can achieve happiness," the man thought about his boss's words and realized that he was right. He understood that in this world everything was a competition, and if you weren't strong enough to fight, others would simply crush you. Taking a deep breath, he reached out and took the ring from his boss. At that moment, the world around him seemed to brighten, and the man felt a surge of energy coursing through his veins. He could feel the power of the ring flowing into him, transforming him from an ordinary person into something extraordinary. A smile appeared on the man's face, and he confidently headed toward the door, ready to embrace his new reality. And so the ring passed from one ordinary man to another. Each of them had the opportunity to become extraordinary, but only one dared to seize that chance. When the man stepped outside, he noticed that the world around him had changed. Everything seemed brighter and more vibrant than before. He closed his eyes, took a deep breath, and when he opened them again, he saw not just the ordinary buildings and streets, but a world full of possibilities. He could feel an incredible surge of strength and power within him. It was as if he had unlocked a hidden potential that had always been dormant inside him. The man was no longer afraid. He had found his purpose and was ready to fulfill it. Friends, today we have come to the end of our story. We hope you enjoyed it. If you liked the story, please hit the like button. Your support is very important to us. Also, don't forget to subscribe to our channel so you won't miss any of our new stories. Thank you for watching. Until next time.